Hey, how you doing, guys? This is Gaming's very first episode, and I'm so excited to start off this wonderful adventure with you guys on such an amazing game like Battlefield 1. I have been a fan of Battlefield since I've been playing as a little child. The first game I ever played was the Battlefield 1942. EA DICE has come out with Battlefield 1 this year, and I gotta say, I am so pleased with its results. My favorite of all the maps right now is the Conquest, where you capture and hold flags on a grand scale using the best tactics you can, whether it's aviation, ground assault, or straight up charging into someone with your bayonet. Domination, on the other hand, is the same sort of scenario but on a smaller scale. It's great for practicing close combat situations, which I'd recommend going your medic, assault, or support. Sniper would be okay if you can manage to hold your outskirts of the map, but it's not ideal. Rush, on the other hand, is more for me, it's a defensive sort of hold your ground strategic play. Team Deathmatch is the most classic form of gameplay for first-player shooter games, and I'm pretty sure everyone that's ever played any form of FPS first will understand what Team Deathmatch is. Now, War Pigeons here, that is brand new to me. I have not seen War Pigeons in any game, but you might find similarities depending on how you look at it. Retrieve and release pigeons. There is a messenger on your team that sends messages to the supporting artillery. You just have to take out the enemies and protect that one guy. That was on a small scale map as well, which I highly recommend upgrading your support character for this, or your medic, depending on which way you want to go. But today we'll be testing out the Conquest map, as that is the largest range you'll ever find. Straight into it. One of the things I might add while we're waiting for this to load is this game truly captivates what it was like between the two sides during World War I. The storyline itself for the campaign of this game is truly eye-opening. I mean, we can read and we can research, but when you have a video game that speaks louder than that, it's kind of hard-hitting to an audience. I understand there might be a younger crowd that just sees it as a Call of Duty sort of scenario where it doesn't really have much effect, but to someone that's a bit more older or someone that's actually interested in the history of humans, this game is quite hard-hitting and quite revealing, with such quotes as, "This was the war to end all wars, but it ended nothing." Now that we've got our squad, I like the idea that you can create your own squad, and they have very traditional RAF sort of code names, Apples, Butter, Charlie. A lot of people have had negative reviews on these sort of things. They like the Alpha, Beta, Charlie, Delta. They're more modern. These are true RAF, true British RAF terminology for your squadrons. So we'll just skip that so we can get straight into gameplay. One of the things I found is you have very many choices in where you can start, and you have a lot of advantage. So we're going to start off with one of the cavalry. Now, cavalry is quite an interesting way to start, as in you are not, you're a unique character in yourself. You are not a set class, but you can alter what you use. So right now I've just got a standard weapon, which I can change into a sword and behead those around me, which So most people might seem primitive, but that was still quite a useful tactic during the wars, as a horse was very maneuverable and very agile. Except when it's in water. Now, taking on a horse rider on a horse might seem like a bit of fun, but it's not as easy as that. One of the greatest things about this game that I love is its customability. So, when you choose your plane, you don't just automatically jump in a plane, you can pick 3 strategic uses of those planes. Whether you're going an attack plane, a bomber plane, or a fighter plane, each have their advantage and disadvantage. So if you were to go to a bomber plane, that would be perfect if you wanted to separate E and F and clear them of the enemy. The only issue with that is you are incredibly slow moving, which, as accurate as it is, it's still quite annoying. If you were to go as an attack pilot, you have the option of having your weapon as a machine gun turret on the front of your plane, but you can also drop bombs from below. They're not as devastating as that of a bomber, but they're just as effective. I found with the tanks, your heavy tank is the best option to go, especially when you're trying to clear out a cluster of captive flags right there, so B, C, E, and F. Whereas the other tanks are more crowd control. Another thing I'd like to show you is the Scout. This is my favorite class because it's with the scale of this map, it's all about taking your time to get to combat, not just rushing in. With something that is as large as this game, you can easily take out 3-4 enemies before you waste yourself. When you hit them.
We have taken objective ready.
If you hit them. So, one of the other things I found really hard is commentating on a game and reviewing a game while playing the game. But we'll try something different here now. See if I can jump aboard one of our friendly fighter planes. If I can't, I'll jump into a close combat quarter. Each class 2 is not overpowered and not underpowered either. They all have their advantages and disadvantages. I mean, if you were to go support, your weapon range is limited, but your tacticals are great. If you were to go sniper, your weapon range is very, very, very vast, but your reload time is so slow for a single cock that it kind of makes an advancing enemy more difficult to deal with. So the best combination of the two, if you're looking for a first player starter, is I would go medic. The range on the gun that you get when you're a medic is somewhere in the middle of the two. I'll show you this now. So
we have lost objective
you get the the Kairigotti factory weapon, which you can customize and change. You get the M1911. We can customize all of our things here with our grenade, stick grenade, gas grenade, which Battlefield's the only game I found that a gas grenade is any sort of use. You get the smoke grenades in other FPS games, but they're not as effective as a gas grenade, which I'll see if I can show you a gas grenade without using a syringe. So you get the gas grenade and it does affect players, which I found absolutely amazing. Still get your bayonet charge too with your rifle. As a factory standard, majority of the weapons back then would come with the bayonet. If not, you would have found a lot of people customizing their own weaponry to fitting that need, because this war was probably one of the most brutal wars to have fought in. if there's one thing I liked about this, it was anything around you find you can use. It's not just limited to what's on your person. Oh,
We have
hello,
taken
sniper.
objective Freddy.
It's not just limited to what you have on you, it's what's around you as well. Which is one of the greatest things
We have
about
taken
Battlefield.
objective George.
I'd like to give a shout out to DjDimi Gaming. He has his own channel where
have lost
he
objective
plays
butter.
amazing multiplayer. He does great trick shots on GTA and Call of Duty. Check him out at DjDimi Gaming. This is Dwelling Hoarder. Just thought I'd let you know, you should probably go get Battlefield 1 before it sells out.